Hi, Diana Lidstone here, friends. I am the growth strategist who works with ambitious women entrepreneurs who want to grow their business, who want more profits, more free time, and more clients. And I'm thrilled today to welcome Doris Belland, who is back for a second time as our gold sponsor at Shift, upcoming April 3rd. And Doris is a financial literacy educator who helps women grow their financial confidence through her Women's Money group and women-only Money Master courses. She is also an investor, a speaker, and an author of an amazing book you've got to read called Protect Your Purse, Shared Lessons for Women. And you can find her via her website, Your Financial Launchpad, and her blog. Now, this is really impressive, which is read by people in 35 countries. Woohoo! Welcome.
Hello, Diana.
Yeah, welcome, welcome. So,
thank you.
Yeah, you were at our last Shift, the Money event. You were a gold sponsor, spoke from the stage. We did a little interview like this. And I know that people just loved listening to you. And it's so timely because I really believe that women are really stepping into this whole financial literacy forum.
Absolutely.
That's where you play. So tell us a little bit more about what it is you do exactly.
Sure. So I teach, in a nutshell, how money works. I help women grow their confidence because one of the things we know both from research and my own work is that women do not feel confident when it comes to many aspects of their financial lives. They're pretty good. They feel pretty confident when it comes to managing money, you know, the day-to-day stuff. But when it comes to any of the bigger stuff, dealing with debt, particularly investing, knowing where to start, they're frustrated about where they're at financially. But where do you start? How do you parse all of this into a system that makes sense and knowing what's the smartest thing to do first? That's where they have trouble, and that's what I teach. So I teach core financial literacy, and I do it often in a group format. So the Women's Money group that you referenced, it's a community of women who are learning to rock their finances. And it's all about education, support in a no shame, no blame, no judgment environment.
Awesome. I love that. The no shame and no judgment. You know, many years ago, I worked as a marketing coordinator for a financial advisor, and we put together a course about smart women and money. And I was blown away by the amount of shame, judgment, and the lack of understanding that, no, their husbands really didn't have to control the money, that they could kind of step up and it was okay. So
I think women become very vulnerable when they give away part of their own personal power in letting someone else make decisions. And I get it. I'm married. We have 2 kids. We have a very busy life. And so I think that what we do a lot of the time is we divide and conquer. So we say, you take care of this and you take care of that. The problem is that when you let somebody else, whether it's your spouse or a financial advisor or somebody else, take control of a key aspect of your financial picture, you make yourself vulnerable in that process. So if something happens to that relationship, if suddenly you're called on to make some choices, make some choices and you're not prepared, then all of a sudden you feel vulnerable, you are vulnerable, and you're left with a mess. So what I try to do is I try to show women that there is huge power in learning how money works, in being able to make some choices yourself. And by the way, what I've seen, what research shows very, very clearly, is that when you grow your financial confidence, not only do you make more decisions about money, you make better decisions about money. And it starts to have a domino effect. So what I've seen in the year that I've been running the Women's Money group and doing the courses that I teach on how to put together your financial life, how to structure it soundly and well, one of the things that I've seen is as women start to pick up a little bit of confidence, they start to really figure this out, they start to do the work, all of a sudden now you can see one domino falling, so one problem taken care of. And then it just takes off. And now they've got wowie results in as little as 3, 4, 5 months, and they're feeling like a rock star. And all it takes is just that support, the core education, and somebody like me guiding you saying, yes, you can. You totally can do this.
Perfect. Perfect. And if I'm not mistaken, you got into this because of something that happened in your life?
Yes, something. That's a great way to phrase it. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, that something was the death of my first husband. So, and that's what my book's about, protect your purse. That's why I wrote that. What happened to me, I was and still am, a bit of a type A personality. I'm goal driven. I was organized. I was doing well academically. And then the rug got pulled out from under me when my husband died. And I was left with almost $400,000 of debt, which is like a heart stopper for anybody. But when you've left your studies, as I had, to go support him, now you have no options, right? And I've got his dying business and a whack load of debt to deal with. And that was a holy smokes situation for me. And that was a brick to the forehead moment where you realize, I'm not prepared for this. I didn't see it coming. I have no idea how to get out of this. So yeah, that changed the course of my life, right? And what I do today stems from that experience, paying off that debt in 2 years' time and spending all of those years in the interim figuring out what happened, how can I help other women prevent that from happening? And quite apart from that, how can I help women simply rock their finances so that they're good, regardless what happens? And I've got a lot of women who I'm working with who are part of the group. They're in great financial shape. So they have money, they have fantastic salaries. They just don't know what to do with it. They don't know what to do with their money. So the assumption is that women who come to work on their financial literacy are in a difficult situation. And we certainly have lots of those. But the point that I want to make, that it's immaterial, whether you're dealing with debt or whether you've got a stack of money, you're not sure what to do with it because you were paralyzed into inaction. The point is that you need to understand how this works, where to start to fix that foundation, that financial foundation, how to grow the money that you do have, and how to achieve that all-important level of financial peace, which I think is what we're all after.
Yeah, I think so. And, you're talking about building a foundation, and it's so true. You've got to get those steps into place, those rock solid steps. It doesn't matter whether you're building a business or your financial literacy, it's the same thing.
100%.
You've got to get that foundation into place so that it can grow. So, we talked last year a little bit about your business, and I'm sure that year has passed. So what has changed? What's on the horizon now?
I'm so excited. So this month, you and I are speaking in February right now. At the end of the month, I am launching Women's Money Group online. So what's super cool about that is that women everywhere can participate. As one of my team members said, we're going global, baby. So
awesome.
Yeah. So when I launched this in February of 2018, the Women's Money Group, that is, I thought I want to build a community of women who are coming together to learn, to support each other. It's a safe space where you can ask all of those so-called stupid questions that you have, right? Where you're thinking, am I the only one who's wondering about this because it's not working for me? And, and by the way, you are never just the only one. There are a million other women out there going through exactly the same stuff you're going through. So you're never alone. But I thought when I launched this, it was my beta group. Is this going to work? Are the women going to resonate? And the answer is a hell yes. So yeah, hell yes. The women are honestly surpassing what I had ever hoped to achieve with the group, just in terms of how they are growing, what they are doing in their own financial lives, the progress that they're making, the steps that they're taking. And what they've said to me over and over again is that one of the biggest, coolest things about this group is not just what I teach, but it's what the other women bring to the table. So you're hearing all of these stories from other women. You're hearing their frustrations. You're hearing their challenges. They're being really vulnerable in some cases by saying, I just can't seem to get past this. And then you hear of the successes, and you get ideas from other women. So Diana, it has surpassed everything that I had hoped. The growth of it has been fantastic. So on February 27th, it's the first online meeting which basically means that women everywhere. I don't care if you're in northern Saskatchewan, Iqaluit, St. John's, wherever you are. I've got friends in DC, there are women in Denver. It doesn't matter. So we're going online for the very first meeting, and we're going to mirror the information that is taught in the in-person group. So that is the biggest development for me. And I've also taken the courses that I offer from in-person offerings. So I've divided core financial literacy into 2 courses, Money Power 1, which is the core foundation, and then Money Power 2. So the core foundation is about mindset, values-based planning, optimizing cash flow, getting rid of debt once and for all, understanding how credit works. That's the first one. And then the second one is, how do you invest? So what do? You've made some money, you're in a good spot, now what, right? What do you do with that money? I've taken those courses online, so once again, people everywhere. So that's the biggest development in my business over the last year has been, we've tested, we know the material rocks, we know that people are really resonating with it, the results are there. And for me, I've always been a, proofs in the pudding kind of gal, right? So it's one thing to spout theory, but I'm not interested in theoretical claims. I'm interested in real stuff that works. And so now we have that, and we're going online.
Woohoo! I'm so excited for you. Yeah.
Me too. Yeah. Yeah. I said last night on a webinar, I was doing a follow-up webinar to a meeting, and I said to the gals, we were talking about their SMART goals for the year and what are they doing to make sure that 2019 rocks financially. And so they shared some goals, and I shared mine. And mine is that by December 2019, when I'm setting up these meetings and these webinars, I'm looking at faces from all across Canada, every corner of Canada. So that's one of my goals for 2019.
Perfect. So just kind of to wrap up here, how can people get in touch with you? We mentioned your website, Your Financial Launchpad, email.
Yeah, there's email. The simplest way is through my website. So you can get information about the money group there. You can get information about the courses. All of the events are listed on there. There's a contact form if you want to shoot me off an email, or you can just send it to Doris, DORIS, at yourfinanciallaunchpad.com. So check out the website. It's got all the information. Shoot me off an email, if you have a question you want me to answer. And I get a lot of people emailing me saying, hey, in an upcoming blog post, can you tackle this question for me? So if somebody's got a financial question they want me to hit, absolutely fire away.
Perfect. I'm so excited to have you back on stage with me April 3rd for upcoming Shift the Marketing event in Ottawa, Hilton Garden Inn. Just a little bit about Shift. If you are watching this and you're not getting the results that you want from your marketing, if you're still looking for more clients, guess what? Doing more of the same, doing more marketing isn't going to create those results for you. I'm going to share, common mistakes that people make in marketing, how to avoid those, what I call a 3-step client attraction system that anybody can repeat no matter what business, what niche, what target market. And here's 9 reasons why your customers aren't hiring you. So we can all go through that checklist. And one of my passions is something that I call entrepreneurial DNA. Entrepreneurial DNA is your distinctive natural advantage. And I'm going to talk about how each one of us can build a brand and a business with the characteristics that we already have within us, like our DNA, and how why not build a brand and a business around something that you're already great at? And, certainly, Doris, you are an example of that. You have lived it, you've learned it, you've mastered it. So, it's going to be great. We do have something new this year. We have VIP status. VIP status means that there's going to be a free coaching event before the day to set you up. There will be special seating and special goodies during the day. And then the second day, there's going to be a small group of the VIPs, and I'm going to walk them through actually how to implement what we talked about on the first day. So for those of you who are interested, just head over to dianalidstone.com. There's a little events tab at the top, and all the information, you just hit Shift the Marketing event. Thank you once more, Doris. I look forward to having you rock the stage. And,
I'm super excited about it. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.